warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. For the next 5, you will be with me, Elok Putri Chumairo, in the latest program news, discussing actual news and trusted news. The first news comes from Bangkalan Pamengkasan, where there has been a murder due to the Pilkades election. Reported from TV1news.com, 3 victims of stabbing that occurred on the Halim Perdana Kusuma Highway in Bangkalan Regency have shocked cyberspace. The video circulating show two people lying on the Bangkalan Protocol route, suffering serious injuries to their bodies due to sharp weapons. The victims were not two people, but there were 3 people, one of whom died in the scan. The chronology began with a former Batar Imam village head incumbent, as well as a prospective village head, and his entourage using 3 car comes to the Bangkalan Madura Community and Village Empowerment Office to attend the summons. After the group arrived at the DPMP office, there were a number of people of the Batar Village Head candidate initial IFR pressured the village against the IM group. Feeling unsafe, the IM group requested security from Bangkalan police officer, said AKP Bangkit Danajaya through his data release. Meanwhile, the other group, supporter of Aimin, Ananda Muhammad Mayis Abdullah and Amil used 2 spark cars to wait in the vehicle parked in the DPMP Bangkalan office yard. At 12 WIP, Mr. Imin's group from Bangkalan Police returned to the DPMP office with Bangkalan Police escort. At 1 p.m., the victim Muhammad Mayis Abdullah and his brother Amil were attacked and assaulted by a group of young people. As a result of the attack with sharp weapons, AN and Emil suffered serious injuries to their bodies, he said. The 2 victims, said Bangkit, were then evacuated and rushed to Bangkalan Hospital for medical treatment. Meanwhile, Mayis Abdullah, a resident of Bulung Village, Klamping Subdistrict, Bangkalan, died at the scan due to sharp weapons, he explained. The second news comes from the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, was the number 1 person of the United States, which was once called the superpower of the most influential and powerful country on earth. Donald Trump does not seem to believe that he can deal with legal cases and be charged with criminal court articles. He still imagines himself to be immune to law or untouchable. Quotes from CNN. Currently, Donald Trump, a former president of the United States or POTUS president of the United States, is being held in New York City or to be tried in a criminal case. This condition led him to become part of the history of Uncle Sam's country, namely as the first United States president to deal with criminal offenses and courts. Melania Trump's husband was escorted by a number of cars and departments from Trump Tower in Midtown to the Lower Manhattan Court. Throughout his tenure as President of the United States and after retiring as a POTUS or President of the United States, Donald Trump carried out a series of the activities that led to legal cases. It is a series of controversial cases committed by Donald Trump, the father of 5 children and 2 wives. The first is the 2016 presidential election case. After the 2016 presidential election, it was revealed that there was Russian interference in the election results. Mueller's special investigation was conducted to find out if there was a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia. Although Mueller found evidence of Russian participation in the election, there was not enough evidence to account Donald Trump of conspiracy with Russia. The second is the tax evasion case. The funding of the New York Times offers Donald Trump evaded tax and declares massive losses for years in annual tax reports. Several investigative bodies are also looking into this issue, and Donald Trump has denied it. The last case was storming Capitol Hill on January 6, 2021. Donald Trump supporters stormed the Capitol Hill building in Washington, D.C. While Congress was studying the result of the 2020 presidential election. He was accused of provoking riots through his statement and tweets. After the incident, he was impeached from the the second time by the United States House of Representatives or on change of incitement of insurrection. That's all I can say on this morning news program. I take my leave. Thank you and see you in other next that is actual and reliable. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.